without any.
Rise and shine, family. Let's go. Let's go. How are we doing, family? Good morning. Good morning. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. We are back at it again. Let me actually go ahead and get live. I'm actually getting on the Facebook today. Here we go. Let me get all set up. Awesome, awesome, family. So good morning, rise and shine. We are coming into the end of the week. We are wrapping up towards the end of the month for March Madness, and this is the weekend we are heading out to Orlando. Cedric in the building, March 24th to the 26th. The biggest event of the year is going down this weekend. A lot of breakthroughs, a lot of break frees, abundance, value, exclusive private mastermind. So family, I'm excited for what is to come and what is here for the month of March. This is always such an explosive month and coming into these next 90 days. So you already know it is game time. I love it. I love it. 3 a.m. Deanne's rolling out, taking the drive. We have people flying out. We have people driving across the country just to come out and get access to what it is that we have here. So I'm excited. A little bit of culture time, getting around the dream team, some memories. So let's go. I'm fired up. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for the dream team. I'm grateful for this weekend, grateful for March Madness, grateful for all of the abundance and the blessings that is coming in from all different angles. I'm telling you, right before this call, we had some ka-chings coming in. We have some withdrawals. We have rank ups, momentum. We are expecting and getting miracles. It is already done. Everybody eats. So let's go ahead and get into a family-wide topic for everybody today. As you guys can see, we're going to be talking about a very powerful topic, right? And this is straight out of the brand new book that I just got, right? Everybody knows I just had this Lewis Howes, one of these top bestsellers, just sent straight to my door from my brother Kaveh Boost. And I wanted to go ahead and give you guys some of this sauce because it directly correlates to where it is that we are in this season right here, right now. And today's topic is all going to be about finding your identity, right? Payouts. Let's go. So today's going to be about finding your identity. Drop some threes down below if you're ready to go ahead and dig deep today and do a little bit of deep work with me to truly find the core of your identity, who it is that you really are, right? Drop it down below. Let me know who's really ready to step into your authentic self, where we don't have to go ahead and wear a mask for society. We get to wake up every day and get paid to be who it is that we are. You ready? Let's go. I'm excited. So here's the topics for today, family. Finding your identity, right? I've got a couple different bullet points that I want to touch on. And at the end, stick with me. I've got a really powerful exercise for us all to go ahead and role play with together. And I promise you, you're going to get off this call a completely different individual than how you are when we started this, okay? So trust me on that one. Let's get into it. So the first topic when it comes to really finding your identity, okay? It talks about, number one, being able to start seeing yourself clearly. Okay. What is your music, right? What are our truths? What are our values? If somebody were to look at your Instagram page right now, and I were to just look at it, and I were to pick right three bullet points to go ahead and pick apart who it is that you are, what would I be able to say about you? Just looking at your brand. Can I see your work ethic? Can I see your discipline? Can I see what is that you're really passionate about? Right? For myself, lifestyle, fitness, the spiritual side, finances, right? You can see all of these different aspects, game changers, right? Quantum leaps. You can see all of this when you come to my page. But it took being intentional, thinking about what do I want my brand to be? What do I want to stand for? Or what is my true identity? What's my mission that's going to really get me fired up to wake up every single morning? At the end of it, I'm going to allow you guys to go ahead and write your mission statement to give you some clarity, right? So stick with me. So here's the second part it talks about, okay? To pursue greatness, it takes doing the deep work to actually know ourselves, okay? This is so important to understand. Being able to do the deep work to figure out who it is that we actually are, okay? So hero or villain. Here's what he talked about next inside of the book, and I love this. Check out this little paragraph that he dives into and look at the difference, because we're all on this hero's journey, right? This is a phenomenal topic we started with the beginning of the year. We each have the ability to be the superstar, to be the hero in our own movie. So watch the difference between being the hero and actually being the villain. You ready? He says, the victim believes that they are doomed and have no way out. They are looking for a rescuer. The villain is the one who makes others feel small. They demean others in order to feel powerful. Now watch the hero. The hero is the one who really doesn't have what it takes, but they accept the challenges and transforms until they get the job done. The guide is the one who has played the hero for so long that they have the experience to go ahead and turn around and now help somebody else back up. So we all can see it. We've all seen all three of these. We've seen the villains, right? Those that come in, they want a lot of money, but there's no deep work. There's no real journaling. There's no reading. There's no real work that's actually being done. And they keep asking, yo, where's the $1,000 at? Where's the withdrawals? Where's the ka-chings at? But God knows what work is really put in, and time will always expose or promote us. So don't skip the deep work, right? So that's the villain. The villain is the one that tries to just put on a face like they're really doing things and they know everything, but in reality, they know nothing, okay? That's the villain. And I've been there. I've been the type of person who say, you know what? I know everything. I don't need to learn information. I thought reading was a joke before. I thought taking notes was a waste of time. I didn't do that in college. But you see, when I started getting around the 1% earners, I started to understand that success leaves clues. If Mark Zuckerberg is reading 4 books in a month and the average person reads less than 2 books a year, I think maybe I should be picking up a little bit more books and learn from those that have the results. So that was one. I had to get out of the villain mentality, thinking I know everything, having an ego, right? Seeing others be successful and keep asking myself, why can they have it and I can't, right? The truth is it's available for all of us. So that's the villain mentality. The second mentality is going to be the hero, right? Just as we talked about the hero, here's the beautiful part about a hero. I don't know how many, think about all the Disney stories that we've ever seen, right? Whether it's Hercules. Let's give Hercules for an example. Drop a 5 down below if you guys have ever seen the movie Hercules. It's one of my favorite movies growing up as a child, right? I'm huge into Greek mythology, okay? So if you've ever seen Hercules, you'll go back and notice that, guess what? He wasn't always monstrous, right? He wasn't always a savage. He wasn't always a one of one. He was actually very scrawny. He was actually very small at the beginning, right? Until he actually transformed into the highest version of himself as he grew older. This is the hero's journey for all of us. You see, for 99% of people, we don't come out as greatness. Greatness is not some esoteric that's only reserved for the 0.1%. It's something that all of us have access to. We all have 6 higher faculties. We're all God's highest form of creation. So there's no reason why we have to go ahead and succumb to an average life. We're built for so much abundance. We're built for so many manifestations to come into fruition. It's more than we could ever even imagine. And that's the hero's journey, the underdog story. So if you feel like you are the person who's been an underdog your whole life, well, guess what? This is because you're built to be a hero on your journey. And there's a process that takes place. There's a journey along the way that allows us to grow into the Hercules, that allows us to grow into the superhero. So I appreciate the journey. I love the journey now because I know it's a part of where it is that we're all going. And then you have the third, you have the guide, right? And it's funny, when I think about the guide, I think about the Karate Kid. I think about a sensei. I think about, one of my other favorite movies was Lion King. right? Even in The Lion King, you had the baboon. You had the old sensei, the old guy that had the experience. This is why I tell you guys all the time, mentorship is so, so important. To be able to have access to those that have already experienced the success, the emotions, the experiences that we're looking to go ahead and experience ourselves. Now we don't have to learn from our mistakes, but we get to learn from a mentor's mistakes, get to learn from a guide. Anybody who's great, guess what? They had a guide. You look at Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Mike Tyson, anybody that you name, I guarantee you could probably find that they had a guide to go ahead and listen to and learn from their wisdom along the course of this journey. And we have access to all of that. We have the guides. We have heroes that are right next to us. You're a hero yourself, and we get to learn from villains every day. The only way you would ever know what you would want your identity to be is first by knowing what we don't want it to be. Believe it or not, that's the truth. And you're going to find out when I go through this exercise how serious that is, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the exercise. I love to give you guys tactical things that you can implement today, right here, right now. So if you guys are ready for the exercise to really find out your true identity and you're ready to be real, honest, go ahead and peel back some layers to figure out who you really are, drop some twos down below. And let's go ahead and role play this exercise together to really dig deep on our identity. Because when you know who you are, you're not going to be worried about other people's opinions. You're not going to be afraid to put out content. You're not going to be afraid to truly go at your vision aggressively. Because if you just heard Neno's call, this is what separates the 1%ers. Those that have a definite major purpose, those that are unstoppable. Love to say that. You can't stop somebody who can't be stopped. But that only comes from knowing your identity and knowing your purpose and mission and why it is that we're actually here. You ready? So here we go. He talks about engaging greatness, right? Our current identity. So I'm going to read this paragraph first, and we're going to get into the exercise. So you guys can go ahead and have a preface as we go into it. You ready? Here's what he says. He says, if you don't love yourself for who you are, it's hard to pursue a meaningful mission and carve out a life that you are meant to have. I truly believe that you are a gift to the world. You deserve an abundance identity. Even if things don't feel true, I know they're true for you. The best place to start building a stronger, non-limiting abundance identity is to figure out who you are now and to chart a path of who it is that we want to be. This exercise is going to go ahead and get us started. So here we go. Here's the exercise. So you guys can go ahead and screenshot this so you can see I'm not making this up, right? What I'm teaching you is things I'm actively doing myself to figure out my identity, right? To really do the deep work to figure out who it is that I truly am, okay? So take a screenshot of this so you guys got it, right? Okay, and let's go ahead and go through it. If you didn't see it, don't worry. I'm going to go through the questions right here. So I've got about 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, okay? 9 inventory questions to go ahead and really see who we are. Here's the first question. It says, self-awareness is key in cultivating a new identity. You can't get to a finish line if you don't know where to start. So 1 through 10. Here's the first question. I am happy with the identity that I have. So go ahead and drop that down below. On a scale of 1 to 10, on the identity that we carry right here, right now, not the identity when we go out in public, but the identity when we go home at night and we're all alone and we're all by ourselves. How do you see yourself then? How do you see yourself when you look in the mirror? Can you see a leader? Can you see a savage? Looking yourself in the eyes, okay? What is the identity that you see for yourself? So drop your numbers as we go through this, and I want to know where it is that you see yourself, okay? So that's number 1. Drop it down. 3, 5, 7. Just drop your number as we go through this, okay? Whatever your number is. Let's say 6, okay? Number 2, I want to attract opportunities, abundance, and meaningful relationships. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself on that scale, okay? I'm going to throw a 10. Looking to bring in all the abundance, relationships, and opportunities into our lives, okay? Here's number 3. I want to feel much better about myself than I currently do. Where are you at with this one? I want to feel much better about myself than I currently do. This is why I tell all the time, you're going to win in life way before we ever win in business. Are we comfortable with our body? Are we comfortable with how we feel, with how we wake up every day? Right? This is huge. Are we waking up every single day in the past, remembering our limiting beliefs, remembering all the failures that we've had? This plays a big role for this one. Okay. Number 4. I love it. Let's go. 10s, 9s, good stuff. Now, you can write your number, but you're going to know how honest it really is by the time we get to the end of it. Okay. Number 4 is I have bad habits that need reshaping. Scale of 1 to 10. Where are you at on that one? I have bad habits that I need reshaping. I'll give my 7 down below. Drop a 7. So 1 to 3 is strongly disagree. 4 to 7 is agree. 8 to 9 is strongly agree. Okay, just so you have a scale, so you know where each one is at. Even for myself, I can stop scrolling TikTok as much and be more focused on little things. I can be more intentional with my mornings. I can be more intentional with my time. Right? For sure, absolutely. Number 5. All right, stick with me. We're almost done. I know the new behaviors that I need to create for myself. Okay. I know the new behaviors that I need to create for myself. So just going off the top of my head, right? I know I want to create a series. I want to create episodes, right? Something that people can look forward to, whether it's twice a week, once a week. I know that's something I should be doing. Okay. Podcasts. I know that's something I need to be doing as well. All of this content can be literally broken down into an audio, and now we can go ahead and have this as a podcast. Right? I know there's things, even testing out products. I want to test out multiple different products this week before we go out to Orlando, so we can have some more ka-chings rolling in for the weekend, right? So we can show some new individuals what is that we're doing. I told you I'm going to crack your shell a little bit with this training, right? This is the deep work. This is the work that most people don't want to do. It's tough, right? The truth hurts sometimes, but it's what's needed, okay? So I know new behaviors I need to create for myself. Next. I know what I need to do. Here's the next one. You ready? I know what I need to do to become who I want to be. This is one that's going to trigger your subconscious, because here's the problem with this one. A lot of us know the answer to this one. I know what I need to do to become who I want to be. You know what's funny? How many people know how to build a better body? 9, right? I'll give my 9 in this one for sure. How many people know how to build a better body? There's only 2 things. If you guys really want to. How many of you guys want to go ahead and get the 6-pack rolling, right? Guess what? There's only 2 keys. That's it. There's only 2. You got to eat better, and you got to hit the gym. You got to get a better diet, and you got to get some cardio in. You got to have more cardio than what is that you're consuming, and it's got to be at a consistent basis. That's it. So a lot of times we know how to get success, but the problem is the state of mind. We know how to hit Platinum 150, post some content, make some new relationships every day, connect with new individuals, peak interest, share the plan, 3-way call. You can literally go out and hit P150 this weekend. You can come back home before you get back from Orlando, come back hitting a rank, multiple ranks, right? I've seen it. We know how to go ahead and get chings. We plug into the Go Live sessions. We ask questions. We go ahead and test a couple products. We learn. We get data. And now we go pour money on ads on the ones that's working. That's it. That's how you get sales. Trading. Plug into the Go Lives. Use a demo account. Learn from what it is that we're looking at. And then go ahead and get a live account and get live and get some profits. So we know what to do. A lot of times, it's just right here. Our limiting beliefs, our limiting self-talk, our limiting identities. So this is real. Trust me. This is something I had to go through myself along the course of this journey. I had to break away this armor that we didn't need anymore. Let's go. Here's the next one. You ready? I understand what my identity needs to be to support my meaningful mission. So what is your goal for the next 12 months? Go ahead and drop it down below. If you could wave a magic wand in 12 months from now, what would that goal be? What would that one goal be to knock down the dominoes of a lot of other things in your life? Because here's the truth. That identity that it's going to take to go ahead and make that happen is at a completely different level, right? So to be P1000, you've got to ask yourself this question, Cedric. I understand what my identity needs to be to support my meaningful mission. So even right now, what does a P1000 sound like? What does a P1000 move like? What does a P1000 dress like? What does a P1000 show up like? Are they hitting the gym? Are they eating a little bit better? Are they making more conversations every day? Are they putting out their brain on a daily, consistent basis? Right? Are they actually utilizing the products? This is what I mean by understanding the identity of that version of yourself, because we know what that version would act like. Now it's just about jumping into that version through multiple streams of income. Let's go. 6 figures every month. I love it. So what is that identity? What does that person act like? What does that person move like? What does that person speak like? What does that person dress like? Before it even happens, getting that vision clear. And we can already start to adopt some of those characteristics. Even if the clothes don't change, guess what? The energy can change. The confidence can change, right? The daily rituals can change. All of that happens before the external world starts to shift. And this is where it starts, okay? Next, I know what my meaningful mission is. I told you guys today, I'm gonna help you shape your mission, right? I'm gonna help you get it clear on paper. So literally in your notebook, you can even put this as the last page of your notebook, or put it as the first page, and let this be the first thing that you read every day. Or you can even have it at the end so you can go skim it anytime that you want. But trust me, this last piece of the exercise that I give you right here, if you take this seriously, you're going to crush your goals come in the next 90 days to 12 months. You ready? Here we go. Okay. So this is the last piece right here. And this is what he talks about. Okay. He calls it writing a meaningful mission manifesto. He calls it the triple M, right? The MMM, the meaningful mission manifesto. So stick with me for 2 more minutes, and I'm going to wrap this thing up with a powerful exercise so you can really go ahead and put this whole thing together and throw the cherry on top. Okay? Here we go. Stick with me real quick. Let's wrap this thing up. These are the behaviors. So go ahead and just put a line at the end of each one so you can go ahead and fill in the blank. You ready? These are the behaviors that I want to change. These are the behaviors I know I want to change. Okay, I've got 5 of them. Number 2, my highest self no longer spends time blank. Number 3, my highest self wants to help others by. When I picture my highest self, these are the characteristics that I have, and then I'm going to have you put them all together. So let me go ahead and write them real quick. Number 1, these are the behaviors I know I want to change. Fill in the blank. Number 2, my highest self no longer spends time blank. With who? Listening to what? Around what? Okay. Number 3, my highest self wants to spend time doing these things instead. What are you going to fill that space with? Anytime somebody has a habit, if somebody's a smoker with cigarettes, whenever you take away smoking with cigarettes, the bad habit, you always have to replace it with something new. So if our higher self no longer spends time with this, what is that new time going to be spent with? Is it learning how to build your e-commerce store? Is it diving real big into trading? Is it really getting serious about your brand? Okay. Next, my highest self wants to help others by. Jim Rohn says it best, right? Service to many leads to greatness. So what is the service that we're going to go ahead and be able to provide? And here's the last one. When I picture my highest self, these are the characteristics that I have, that I possess. So if you look at any 1%er, what are some of the characteristics that you love, that you really respect about them? Is it their consistency? Is it their energy? Is it their smile that they show up with every day? Right? Their dedication, their love, their expertise to their craft, and start to realize we can identify all of these characteristics that we see in others to go and create this hero of our own lives. Okay. So here's the paragraph to go ahead and put this together. It's supposed to be 1 paragraph. So here's what it says. Now that you've written all these things down, take a minute to put them all together and make a meaningful mission manifesto. So here's how it would read. Okay. He left an example in the book so you guys can get an example. Okay. He said, I, Anthony Cooper, am committed to ending the behaviors that are inconsistent with who I want to become. I will stop procrastinating when it's time to meet a deadline. I will be kind and loving to myself when I fail. I will stop getting angry over minor infractions and learn to become more forgiving. I will no longer spend time binge watching TV and playing video games. Instead, I will limit my time on those activities, spend more time with mentors, and get around business coaches and learn how to journal. I want to help others, teach them by learning different sources of income for success. When I move through the world aligned with my truest and highest self, I can achieve my meaningful mission, help others, attract abundance, and create positive opportunities for myself. Woo! Talk about really digging deep and finding your identity, family. This is it. This is the training right here today to go ahead and write today's date, write the time, and draw a line in the sand to say, you know what, today's the day I'm creating my new identity. These are the characteristics I'm ready to adopt. This is who I'm ready to go ahead and step into, and this is who I'm ready to go ahead and become. So, fam, if you got any value from that, go ahead and drop some threes down below. Smash that like button. If nobody told you today, family, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited to see the growth that has come, the abundance, the manifestations, the quantum leaps that are here and that are on the way. Let me go ahead and get off of Facebook for a second. I love you, family. Let's grow. And let me go ahead and get some music on for the fam so we can go ahead and wrap this thing up. I love you, family. We are off to Orlando. We got people flying in. We've got people driving in the cars. Cedric is on his way as we speak. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, family. It is your favorite entrepreneur. Define dreams. Remember, you can be, do, or have. Always already there. Let's go. Anything that you can hold in your mind, you can hold it right here in your hand. Don't doubt it, family. Let's go. I will just fly. But still, like